Okay, you're live now. Okay. So now, on the left side, you want to, well, you've got the chat box up, but you also have the toolbox. So like you can mute people, and when other people are on, if you need to, if they're not muting, you can go in and mute them.
How do you mute them?
Go down to the bottom one with the little slider thing and click on that and see. It may not
Slider?
be because there's nobody else on with you. On the left side, the bottom one, click on
This?
that and see what it brings up.
Oh, the slider.
Yeah, that one. Control down. Yeah. So click on OK. I don't know why. See, so if for all the people that are on here on the Hangout, they'll be listed over here on the right side.
Oh, and that's where you mute them.
So you as the host can mute them.
Okay.
Or turn their camera off. So just to let you know that.
And then you can still put the, oh, it's one or the other. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You don't need to leave that up there. Just do the chatty thing. And so then you want to open it up and welcome, mention the date, and that we're on the, Resolve and Succeed Hangout.
Welcome to the practice test hangout.
And so then what you want to do is, do you have a format that you're going to try to follow tomorrow?
Friday?
Friday.
I haven't really thought about it much, but I guess there should be a format.
Well, if Catherine comes on, then, she can introduce herself and your job as moderator is to control what's going on. So if somebody gets a little chatty, it's okay for you to go in and interrupt them at a certain point. Because sometimes people do get chatty or they get off on a subject that doesn't really relate to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your job to bring them back in.
We're usually pretty good from what I remember, though. Thank goodness.
Yes, most of the time we are, but like I say, there are times, and there's a few people that do get a little chatty, like I say. So anyway, if that happens, all I'm saying is you just need to politely bring them back, like Rory did last week.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were getting off track, and so he brought them back into the fold.
Okay.
So, like, if you want to ask people, what was your success this week, or what were you struggling with this week, or, what do you think about not everybody's in the 4% group, so
right.
that doesn't relate to everybody. Not everybody's in the inner circle, but just, questions that you think that would be helpful to you are probably going to be helpful to other people to know about.
Well, I was kind of thinking, how you're in the inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
So Vic had given us homework,
mm-hmm.
Let me see. The homework. Where is number 1? Oh, identifying your clear target and so forth and so on.
Right.
I thought maybe covering the solid strategies would be good to cover.
Yeah.
Because that would be universal for everybody.
Yes.
So, okay. All right, so I'm gonna give it some thought as to an actionable plan of our mastermind on Friday.
Okay, you're just fine. I have to tell you, I'm so happy that you joined this group on a regular basis, because in the beginning you weren't ever here.
No, I wasn't.
you were sleeping, I know. And I kept thinking, oh, Renee, if you just realized the value of this group, I so wanted you to participate. And I think since you have participated, it's really been of value to you.
Oh, it has. I would say, well, this as well as the Round to It, both of those groups, they've been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And a great confidence builder for me and given me new ideas and things to think about. So I really appreciate both groups and try to attend as many of the meetings as I can.
And that would be another thing that you could start out with, that you're a prime example of people that didn't participate and then you started participating.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell your story of, what a difference that's made in you, and that this group is for people to join and participate and give value as well as receive value.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get that point across enough to people, because it's really disconcerting when you go and see how many members we have versus how many are actually showing up. And it just, there's so much that can be gleaned, and I don't know if it's because people don't think they have anything to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
And I can relate to that because I didn't think I did either. And, but, I almost dropped out of this group. I was the first woman in this group. It was all men. And I was really intimidated by it because I thought, what the heck can I contribute to this group?
I think it's more fun to be in a group of more men.
Well, it's kind of funny because now poor Garen, he's the only one that shows up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And Mike does when he can. But, to have Wagner used to be on all the time, and the other Rory used to be on all the time, and Jason used to be on all the time. But, their jobs are interfering with us.
Well, and do you think part of the issue that some of them are not attending anymore is because they were frustrated with what happened with HTA and Project Breakthrough?
I think it's more of a job conflict than anything, but I know there's people that are not working out of their home.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still not participating. They watch all the time because they make comments all the time.
Okay.
And see, that they've shared or something, but they're not coming on. And
could they be afraid of showing their face?
I don't know.
Like I'm showing my face right now, even though I want to hide.
I know. It's just.
My eyes are all red.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
Okay, so maybe an invitation towards the end of anyone who happens to watch to try to attend the next one.
I would actually do it at the beginning.
At the beginning?
Attention. Yeah. And I would, like I say, because you have a story to tell, because you weren't part of this group from the beginning.
Right.
You did not participate, and then you did. And for you to be able to explain the difference between just watching and participating, hopefully that will ring a bell with people and get them to come on. I don't know. I thought about going in and just sending a personal message to everybody,
mm-hmm.
and see if that would help as well. But like I say, everybody has something that they can contribute, and even if they don't think they can, they do. It's just a matter of when we're discussing, and that's what the whole thing is. We're discussing things, and it brings things to your mind, and you go, oh yeah, by the way, da 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 da.
Yeah.
So you just know. I mean, I never know what I'm going to say when I go on.
Me either. I tend to be more of a off the cuff type of speaking, which is not always the best thing, because it would be, because when you stop, like when you stop filming your video or something, I'm like, oh man, I should have said this and that, and so then I wind up putting that detail in the comment section, so that it flows a little bit better.
Right. Right.
But I decide I'm not going to redo it, because I get the main point across, and then I do the writing with a little bit more detail or a little bit more organized, and then I decide the two will fit together.
Right.
So I worked on my plan or things that I wanted to do today.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to maybe have this included in the mastermind in the mastermind on Friday, is to go ahead, just like Dick has suggested, the night before, jot down 5 to 10 things that you want to accomplish the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then also jot down things that you are thankful for and that you got accomplished that day.
Right.
And to get in the habit of doing that, because I think that's actually, I used to do a little bit of journaling, but I think this will help shape things a little bit more and make you more conscious of what you want to get accomplished.
Right.
Because in your mind, you're like, oh, yeah, I got to do this and this and this and this. And then the day is gone and you didn't get any of it done. So referring to the list is definitely something that I think is pretty helpful. So I'm going to include that as well.
Was that in the 4% or the inner circle one? I can't remember.
I thought it was in the 4%. Well, no. Actually, it's the inner circle.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was the inner circle.
Because I was trying to cook dinner, because we had Vicks, and then we had Vicks, and then we had Brown Tuit. So we had 3 in a row, and I was trying to fix dinner so my husband could have something to eat. Excuse me. So I didn't.
Poor baby.
I had it in the kitchen with me, listening to it, but I wasn't focusing on it as much. So I have to go back and watch that and
yes.
that down. But I know, I was doing all the journaling with. Well, not journaling, but goal keeping with JJ. We bought that course and was doing it, and then he dropped out of it. And so since he dropped out, I haven't gone in and done it on a daily basis like I was. We did a weekly thing and a daily thing, and I had a checklist of 10 things to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Put down what it was you would write down the things you wanted to accomplish that week. Write in how many times what your goal was to hit and do those that many times. And then at the end of the week, you totaled it up to see if you hit that goal, did not hit that goal, or exceeded that goal. So it shows you, where the points that you were working on the most. So it was helpful. So I need to go back in and start doing that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily do a weekly one right now, but the daily, that's definitely, I find, a little bit more helpful for me, at least right now. And then once I get a little better organized, then I can start looking out further ahead in accomplishing or writing down more expectations and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, for the 4%, I'm like, oh my gosh, how in the heck am I going to get 800,000 visitors to be able to meet my numbers?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to get as many with, your $4,800 sales. It's those of us that are doing the $2,450 sales that have to get hundreds of thousands.
Well, I really want to go on that retreat and get pampered and enjoy and get to meet some of the other people. So that means I'm setting the goal for 1,000, because he said you should double whatever it is that you want to hit, because if you just have the goal for the 500 that's required to enter, you're not going to make it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, double. And then in the end term, it means 200,000 eyeballs on that page, so you can try to get your conversions the way it's supposed to be. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's a lot.
that was mind-boggling. And then I was thinking, well, man, maybe that's what the problem was with, you know, all my other prior ventures, is I didn't get enough eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I only got 71 people going through Project Breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was depending on what they were saying, the percentage of, you know, whatever of 100.
That worksheet, yeah.
About 100 would go through it, and it didn't work that way.
Yeah, no, it didn't. So I think Vic, maybe he was giving those numbers to try to scare us, but at the same time, maybe he's trying to introduce us to the reality.
I was going to say, I think it's more reality.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's better to know that than not.
I wish I would have known that before.
Yeah, I know. And you notice how they just aren't saying anything about Project Breakthrough now? It's like it doesn't exist now.
Yeah, I think it's at some point it's probably going to be discontinued, I guess. It's great training. Really great training, but they were finding that not people after like the third day or something, people were dropping off.
Yep.
You know, so not as many completed the full 14 days, and Jason was writing money out of his checkbook, his personal account.
Wow.
To cover the thing. So at some point he finally decided, okay, this is a great product. It's a great training, but it's not working out as we thought it would.
Yeah.
So that's when he decided to stop paying the dollar payout.
Oh. Yeah. Well, it was nice while we got it.
Yeah, I know. I think I get another $200 and something at the end of this month to finish off the Project Breakthrough payment.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I only got $70, so
Well,
70, 75, something like that. I've been trying to get my money, but I signed up for Payoneer, and for some reason they don't show that I signed up for it. So they sent me to Payoneer, and Payoneer says, yes, you have an account with us. Go back to them. So I've been going back and forth, and still don't have that resolved, which is another
it's not
thing.
connected or something.
Yeah, they said, you know, I never did it. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I have the account. So anyway, that's another little item I've got to take care of today. And I do the journaling thing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get it on paper, because when I go to bed at night, I go, okay, I need to do this, and this tomorrow. And so I accomplish a lot of it, but I probably would do more if I had it written down. So
Yeah. Well, I was that way when I was in school, you know, long time ago.
Yeah.
If I wrote it down, I was much more likely to remember it for the test.
Yes. Well, that's why I take so many notes on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I take really extensive notes on stuff. And number one, it's easier to go back because the information's there. But two, it just really reinforces when I write it out, you know, what I'm trying to learn. So.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, you know, like when I did this sheet, and it's like, I tried to get every single step in there, you know, so somebody else coming in could know what to do. So, you know, that's the way I do everything. That's what I did with the 14 days of Project Breakthrough. I had pages upon pages of typewritten notes.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that's all going to be out the window. But the thing is,
Well, you can still use the knowledge that you gained out of that.
oh no, I know. The thing is that now that Project Breakthrough isn't going to be anymore, I can use the information that I already have typed out and use it for, you know, if I started a blog or, you know, for doing email things or, you know, I can use it in many, many, many different ways.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not for naught, but it's just not going to be used because my intention was to get a group of people under me and send them my notes as they went through Project Breakthrough. So they had something to follow because they would go so fast and it took me hours. I mean, it took me a month to get through that course because of all the lengthy, I mean, I had 27 pages of notes on just one thing.
Wow.
You know, and so I would just keep going back and back and back. And Jason is extremely hard to follow because he talks so fast, throws in so much extra stuff. He's on one subject and then he, you know, he gets on a tangent on something else and then you have to come back. So it's just so much easier to follow because he stays on course.
Yeah.
So,
He's definitely easier to follow.
yeah.
I mean, I love Jason. I enjoy listening to him. Just sometimes he goes off on those preaching tangents, and I'm like, okay, I get that. Can we get back on track?
Did you see the one that he did when he was doing it on until? I mean, he must have gone on for 10 minutes at least. And I finally just clicked off. I was like, this is ridiculous. Because he was in his preaching mode and, you know, and I was
and
like,
he keeps on saying there's certain words that he uses all the time. I'm like, can you stop using those words or phrases?
yeah. Yeah. I know. I'm like, hello. No, it's sliced bread. He loves that one. And Oprah.
Well, Oprah, it doesn't bother me because he doesn't use it too often. But it's like I can't even think of any of the words or phrases that he uses that it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But in between, he has great messages and everything, and it's just like for that new product that he has out. I love the idea and I want to do it, but I just don't want to do it right now because I'm going to be focused on the 4% and IMC and stuff
I don't
like
even
that.
know what it is.
Pardon?
I don't even know what his product is.
It has to do with putting together your own business. And he has like 10 businesses that he's earned millions and millions of dollars on that he's sold. And so he said, if one of those businesses is of interest to us and he knows that it's a good format because, it's worked very well for him, then he could help us work through that. I have a feeling I would not really be interested in any of those businesses. I would be more interested in doing my own.
Yeah.
But, I am interested. I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm in over my head.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at all the stuff that you've got going on besides your own business. I mean, the 4% and the inner circle. I mean, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's
a lot.
Yeah. And I want to master domination.
Yeah.
And so, I love putting out my pictures with the quotes and stuff like that. I really enjoy that a lot. But I need to really become a master of the video. So that's where I've been doing a lot of focus on, is doing the video. And I need to start adding all those little videos I've done to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to take what Ann gave us in the other group. I'm going to take that information and work on optimizing my YouTube channel.
Good.
and then start moving. Oh, that's on my list of things to do today.
There you go. There you go.
It's on my list and it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna work on the channel and getting it optimized properly so that I can start doing transferring. So I'm gonna do that for the Aspire, and even though I'm not really doing a whole lot for Aspire right now, but the 4%. And I don't know if I should do a separate channel for the the marketing college or not. I haven't decided yet, or if I'm going to merge that with the 4%.
I would do a separate channel if I were you.
Yeah. Right now I'm having a hard time keeping it separate, but you're probably right. I just have to figure out how to do it.
They're two completely separate things, even though they're tied together. So I know it makes it, but you can do a channel and talk about all of the benefits of the college, about and everything. The 4% group is about people who are high achievers and
True.
that want to be, if they aren't, they want to be. And their 4% is about showing people how to become in the top 4% people so that they can make the most money. And, these are people that want to be the best of the best in anything that they do, whether it's sports, whether it's business.
Like us.
Yeah, that's right. So they're really two separate entities. The only way that they're really tied together is that we have the opportunity to get really big commissions because it's a product. The college is a byproduct of the 4% group.
Try. That's true.
Yeah. So,
True.
anyway, that's my input.
Okay, well, point taken.
Yeah. So anyway, my webinar is going to get started here. I'm watching one with Frank Kern this morning. So I got to get off and get going on that. But why don't you go ahead and stop the broadcast and we'll go through and make sure you understand.